Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Cyback bringing you another video, and this time I wanted to go over the changes that they are doing to Ret Paladin going from Legion into Battle for Azeroth. Now, do keep in mind that these are subject to change because this is early beta. Game doesn't come out for a while now, and Blizzard can nerf, buff skills, change their utility, whatnot. It's their game, they're going to do what they want. So do take it with a grain of salt, but I believe the general idea of the changes to the skills are going to stay. So that's why I want to go ahead and go over them. So real quickly, we'll go over the skills, the talents, see how they change and how they affect us. So first of all, Zeal, it's no longer taking over Crusader's Strike. It now just generates a passive effect on your judgment, making your next 3 auto attacks hit 50% faster, dealing 158 holy damage. Now that holy damage might go up due to our master increasing holy damage, but we'll have to see if that's worth it, because currently we will have Righteous Verdict, which has changed a little bit. Used to just deal bonus damage on Templar's Verdict. Now it does the same thing, but applies it on a 6-second debuff on the target. So within 6 seconds, as long as you hit them, or a buff on you, it's not a debuff on them, a buff on you. As long as you swing with another one within 6 seconds, you'll deal 15% increased damage. So kind of nerfed it. If people are going to be able to run away from you a lot in PvP, then that's going to affect that damage boost. Execution Sentence. Now this is the one that I'm planning on using. We'll see how it goes, but it no longer has the wait time of 5.5, 6 seconds for it to smack him in the head. So that eliminates it being able to be dispelled. It hits like a truck currently. It hits harder than your Templar's Verdict. I guess they would make it a little harder hitting because of it being on a 30-second cooldown. But the cool thing is it does increase the holy damage of your attacks by 20% for 12 seconds. This is kind of taking the place on Judgment, which I'll go over a little later, and describe how Judgment's changed and how it kind of affects our rotation. But yeah, oh, I'm getting healed by stuff. What's up? A prop pally, I think. That's awesome. Anyway, so Fires of Justice here. Your Crusader Strike, of course, is reduced by 1 second on its cooldown. 15% chance on your next Holy Power spinner to consume 1 less Holy Power. Blade of Wrath, auto attacks still have that chance to reduce the cooldown of it. Now that might pair with Zeal a little better if you're looking to get those Blade of Wrath procs, because it does hit pretty hard. And we'll see if that stays relevant later. Again, the Holy Power bonus from this and getting those Blade of Wrath procs might equate out to more damage than these two. We'll see. There's people smarter than me out there who will do the number crunching, and we'll figure it out. Hammer Wrath. Now this will give us another range ability, which kind of makes us feel like a ranged plate wearer now. I mean, we're going to have Execution Sense if you spec into it. We'll have Judgment, Blade of Wrath, to a certain degree, Wake of Ash, 12 yards. Divine Storm, which is 10 to 12 yards. I'm not really sure on the range. It's almost the same as Wake of Ash, or it probably is about the same. But Hammer Wrath up to 30 yards. But it can only be used when the target's below 20% or when you've got your wings popped. But, I mean, again, that's a lot of range abilities, and they hit decently hard, currently, at the current level. So, a little odd to see how much range potential we actually have. We'll see where that goes. Fist of Justice, it's been nerfed a little bit. It goes from 3 seconds down to 2 seconds for each Holy Power spin, reducing the cooldown of our stun. Repents, of course, same thing. Incapacitate a target for 1 minute. Blinding Light still blinds people. Divine Judgment, this is a big flashy ability that I plan on testing out once BGs come out. Each enemy hit by an ability that consumes Holy Power increases the stacking damage of your Judgment by 15%, stacking up to 15 times. It equates to 225% increased damage, I believe. And if you saw my video, Can Judgment one-shot now? Go check it out. In a duel, I hit a monk for just over 9k with it. And that is the equivalent of about 2/3 of their health. So if that carries over damage-wise, you know, even if they nerf it a little bit and we hit someone for half their health with it, it could be a big game changer against a healer. You know, we could beat on them, get them to half health, hit them with the judgment, and then they're just dead, fall over dead. It'd be great. I don't see it staying that way in a BG, but it would be very cool to see a potential, you know, healer slaughter move. Oh man, choking on my own spit. Sorry. Taking down a throat lozenge because I'm still battling a sore throat for the past week, so apologize. Alright, Consecrate. Consecrate now generates a holy power. Deals a little bit of damage over 6 seconds on 20-second cooldown. They're really making it to where we can generate holy power a lot. They even changed Judgment to give us a holy power now, which is cool. Wake of Ash is now into our talents. Deals a decent amount of damage. Slows the targets by 50% for 5 seconds. Still stuns demons undead. Generates 5 holy power, 45-second cooldown. The main difference you're going to see here is that it no longer applies a dot. So no longer dot damage being applied when you hit with it. Can't, you know, luckily hit a rogue and he doesn't realize that Cloak of Shadows, or he doesn't have Cloak of Shadows, and it'll pull him out stealth. No luck on that anymore, which kind of sucks. Alright, down in the 75, Cavalier, it's just moved around on the tree, now gives us 2 charges, the same difference. Unbreakable Spirit, it reduces a cooldown on Divine Shield, Shield of Vengeance and hands by 30%. That's a significant cooldown reduction. Eye for an Eye, reduces the physical damage we take by 35%, and deals 419 physical damage to any melee attackers for 10 seconds. Now, the physical damage, it does apply to archers as well, so you pesky hunters and stuff who deal some physical damage. It will help us out in that aspect, but it won't deal that counterattack damage. It's going to be still great against warriors and rogues and stuff that hit us multiple times at close range. Alright, Selfless Healer. Judgment reduces the cooldown, or reduces the cast time of Flashlight by 33%, increases the healing by 10%, stacks up to 3 times. That 10% increased heal, which goes with the 30, is only applied to others that you heal with it. So you'll be able to get 30% increased heal, and it's instant cast, so no one will be able to kick it out from you. So that could be a good survival move over relying on just Scar's Vengeance, but does require 3 Judgment casts, which is fine. You can get that in, you know, 20 to 30 seconds, and you'll get a free one. Or you can just have a very sped up Flash of Light. Justicar's Vengeance, still the same. Hits decently hard, costs 5 holy power, heals you for the damage done, increased damage by 50% against a target that's stunned. We'll see if that percentage changes in BGs, because currently I believe it's only 25% increased when you're in a PvP setting. But still, it's 25% damage. I've been able to go from almost dead to full with lucky Divine Purpose procs. Word of Glory, 3 holy power, heals 3 most injured friendly targets within 30 yards for 5,000 health. 2 charges of it. Now that's a third of my health, so that could be a big significant heal, especially if you're going into a BG or a 3v3 arena or even a 2v2 arena, and you can just kind of off heal using your holy power. If you don't see a kill target but you guys are taking a lot of damage, you can just help out and heal. It's 1 minute on the recharges, but it does cost those 3 holy power. What was the range? 30 yards, so pretty far. Pretty damn far. Alright, on our level 100s, Divine Purpose, your abilities that consume holy power have a 20% chance to make your next holy power spender free. Love it, still use it. Crusade, it stacks 10 times, 3% increased damage and haste, and each holy power spender applies that stack for the maximum of 10. So it gets 30% increased damage and 30% increased haste. And it's a 25-second on 2-minute cooldown. Avenging Wrath is only a 20-second uptime on a 2-minute cooldown, but it now also increases our critical strike chance by 20%. So it's damage, healing, and crit chance by 20%. So it's going to be a toss-up. Do you want that 10% increased damage for an extra 5 seconds, or do you want 20% chance to crit? I might stick with Avenging Wrath still. I just like using it. Solo Q and BGs, it's just a safer choice. But we'll see. And then we got Inquisition. Consumes up to 3 holy power to increase your damage done and haste by 8%. Each holy power that's spent increases that time by 15 seconds. Not consecutively, but when you cast Inquisition, it'll use 1, 2, or 3 holy power, however many you have. So you can get up to 45 seconds, which is a decent buff. Another 8-second damage, but I think Divine Purpose or Crusade are definitely going to be better uses of your time. So anyway, real quickly, let's go over how our rotation is kind of affected. Again, down here, our Judgment, it no longer does the 8-second debuff on the target where you'll deal bonus holy damage. It's only on your next holy spender will it receive a bonus to damage, and it's 25%. Also doesn't say it down here on the tooltip, but it's a 15-second debuff on the target. So you throw it, you got 15 seconds to go ahead and hit him with a holy spender. Execution Sense does count, and since it is at range, you can kind of prime a Judgment, and as you get closer and start generating your holy power, you can spend it with Execution Sense, hit with Judgment, which will open up your next Templar's Verdict to also hit it. So you kind of sneak 2 of them in within your single rotation, and I'll show you an idea of that real quick. So say we're back here, which 30 yards, we can throw that hammer from all the way back here. So we're like, from downtown, then we'll get closer, hit with our range abilities, get up closer, hit this whatnot. Alright, Execution Sentence, we can build up. Now we're sitting at 4. Remember, Judgment can now generate a holy power, so bam, there's our 5th from it, and we hit with Templar's Verdict. We got free cast, and we're just going to try to get as many off during that 12-second window of Execution Sense being up, because it does increase the damage of holy spenders, or holy damage, by 20%. The only ones that don't take effect of that is Crusader Strike, which is physical, and Blade of Wrath, which is also physical. Wake of Ash, it says radiant damage, but it counts as holy, so even applying that debuff, it will deal increased damage when you hit with Wake of Ash. And that's a cool thing. As you saw that rotation for that 12 seconds, I was able to keep hitting with moves and not have to use Wake of Ash. Now, I'll use Wake of Ash when I'm out of moves and out of cooldowns to go ahead and just keep threat up, just keep damage up. So here we go. Now's the time where I'm kind of out of choices, but look at this. We're able to keep generating pretty fluidly. Now there, 5, generate here, hit them, generate 1, generate 2, generate another 1, hit them, generate. Ooh, we got free cast. But yeah, man, ton of free cast. But yeah, it seems like they kind of mitigated that hurt that we used to have, where we would just have a window of not being able to cast. And it didn't happen too often, but it happened enough to where we'd be standing there twiddling our thumbs waiting for Crusader Strike to come off cooldown, or for our Blade of Justice to re-amp off of either our auto attack or just the full 9 seconds. The fact that Judgment now applies a holy power, or gains us a holy power, it's a big game changer. It's just an extra generator, and it really, I feel like it, as long as you don't forget it, it puts us back into balance. Because now it's not just 2 and generating 2 from this, that's a total of 4. So now we're sitting here waiting, or we just go ahead and spin. Judgment now applies that last one that we need. So yeah, that's the way it's kind of changed. No longer are we building up our spenders, then judging and spending as much as we can. We can judge early to get that debuff on them and start generating the cooldown, and then when Execution Sense up, that's ES, we can throw it, and within the window still be able to get another one in. So I like the changes. Ret Paladins is feeling a little smoother within the realm of their abilities and our generators, and I like the route that's taking. Especially since all of our moves seem to hit decently hard just for base 110. I've seen other classes where they're only hitting for like 600 to 800 damage for a move, but they can also span their moves a lot more often than we can. All of ours are on cooldowns, so it's going to be definitely interesting to see what more changes they bring, if any, and see how we stand against other people. Definitely looking forward to testing them in PvP situation, and see where we can go from there. Anyway, guys, hopefully this video gives you a little bit of information on what's going on. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.